Horizons Mechanized Core. I am Domestics, and I'll be your guide today. We are playing in Arctic Battlefield. I'm using the stock mech, the Viper 1. It's got a couple options that I'm going to show you how to use. We're obviously controlling it with the WASD keys as fairly normal. I talked to Soph, and he actually uses the arrow keys, which I found to be kind of weird, but to each their own. First thing I'm going to talk about is our motion. We have jump jets on this thing, which by using the right mouse button, we can propel ourselves up. Very nice for helping make soft landings if I was to jump off this cliff or whatever. The other thing we have in, if you look in the lower right hand corner, you will see, kind of difficult in this map because of the white, but you can see I have 4 weapons, 2 Hellfires and 2 K8s, and next to them they have boxes labeled 1 through 5. These are our weapon groupings. You can select your weapon groupings with your scroll wheel or with your number keys. So if I press 1, it will fire weapon group 1. If I press 2, it will fire weapon group 2. If I select them with my middle mouse button, it doesn't automatically fire them, but I just press my left mouse button to fire away. Next thing I'm going to show you, I picked this mech out because it is kind of fast, so I can get to these points, but it's not like the Switchblade, which is fairly, it doesn't have the weapon groups on it by default and anything like that. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is this, the little yellow marker that I traveled to here. It is a capture point. When you step on top of a capture point,
uplink in progress.
Uplink in progress, and it gives us a countdown, 9 seconds to capture the base. When this is over, this white light
Uplink
coming out of it
complete.
turns blue because I'm on Federated States. It turns red for Eastern Confederation. And what that does is it unlocks this area as a spawn point for my side. It also has a repair bay, which turned it blue. So now we can walk onto here. It says press I to start repairs. You press I, it powers down your mech for a moment. It's very brief for me because I didn't take any damage. I had only fired some weapons, so it rearmed me and repaired a little bit of damage to my leg. One thing to know about these is if you point at it, you notice it turns red, or it's got a little red life bar there. So you can actually destroy these. It's fairly difficult, takes a lot of firepower, but in a long battle it can be worth it to target down and try and destroy a key repair bay. So next thing I want to talk about is going to be about targeting, but we will get to that in a second because I have to find, oh, here we go. So we have Vladimir over here, and he's way off in the distance, but if we look at him and press the Q, it puts a little red box around him. And you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner now, his mech, or there's another mech there, and that's his mech. So now I have a layout of his mech similar to what I have of mine to watch damage. This is important for knowing about targeting locations. If there's significant damage to a leg, you can try and target down the leg. So, you know, just to give you a little edge in battle. It's fairly important. It's not required, but it does help out a lot, gives you a lot of information. Like right now I can see he's got a lot of damage to his nose weapon, which is likely going to be a flamer or possibly a RF8X Gatling, but it's probably a flamer. And that's not something I really want to deal with when I have lasers on my weapon. You can switch back and forth between them. Like I switched over to this missile boat here just by pointing at him and pressing Q. Now you'll notice I have overload on my screen and there was a little bit of a beeping. I essentially overheated myself, which kills your speed and prevents you from being able to fire. It goes away on its own, and it varies, depends on your engine. So that's just... Oh, and you'll notice with my missile pods, it puts a marker over, a yellow marker over on them, and then which then turns red and beeps. What this means is I've achieved a lock. The K8 pods are heat-seeking. So when if they get a lock on you, you press the... If you have countermeasures, you can press the F button, shoot up those flares, and hopefully what's going to happen is those heat-seeking missiles will target those flares instead of you. So that's just about it. I think I covered everything that I needed to cover. So, one last thing. The Z button allows you to zoom in and get a little bit closer look. This is especially helpful if you have long-range weapons such as the ARC family or the sniper. So with that, I will take my leave. So I hope to see you in game, and happy hunting.